Hi, my name is Mick Porter, and with World Photobok Day 2020 coming soon, I thought I'd tell you a little about my book, In the Shadow of the Leaves. I produced this book in 2019 and was honoured when it won the Photographic Book of the Year at the Australian Professional Photography Awards. 300 years ago, a Japanese samurai code known as the Hagakure was published, literally translated in the shadow of the leaves. The collected sayings boldly claimed to bring into clear view a wisdom that had become obscured as the dramatic winds of societal change had swept through Edo period Japan. Hagakure may also be readily seen as evocative of the magnificent autumn leaf beauty of Japan, and this photo book aims to engage the viewer with a sense of that seasonal experience, along with a glimpse of 6 key themes of samurai wisdom still evident in Japanese life today. The first of the 6 themes is death. For the samurai, the fear of death is a great weakness, and to be able to face challenges without fear of death is the ultimate way to overcome. We read, "Although paying so much attention to personal appearance may seem vain, it is because of the samurai's resolve to die at any moment that he makes preparations so meticulously. If slain with an unkempt appearance, it shows a lack of forethought regarding his fate, and he will be scorned by his enemy as being unclean. This is why young and old alike should always pay attention to matters of personal grooming." Second is the theme of peace. The Hagakure was authored during the Edo period of Japanese history. For the samurai, this peaceful period created a great tension. While the benefits of peace were obvious, the concerns were numerous. What was the role of a retainer if not to serve his lord as a warrior? A samurai is quoted as saying, "With peace, the world will become exquisitely extravagant. People will forget about the harsh times of war and increase their expenditure as they seek a life of luxury. Thus, living beyond their means, warriors of high and low station will fall into abject poverty, incurring much shame in the eyes of the people in and outside the domain. And finally, their household will collapse. The veterans in the warrior houses all pass away, and the young generations of samurai learn only the current trends." Third is the theme of religion. After his master had died, the Hagakure author became a Buddhist monk. In light of this, his views on religion may be somewhat surprising. The Hagakure advocates quite strongly against allowing any religion to interfere with a samurai's primary devotion. He is to be entirely devoted to his master, seeing himself as already dead, a ghost, and with the master's well-being as his only concern. He says, "It is ruinous to pursue 2 ways. The warrior needs only train in Bushido, the way of the samurai, and seek nothing else. One cannot master the way of the warrior while simultaneously becoming immersed in the teaching of Shinto and Buddha." Theme number 4 is wealth. As we might expect, the Hagakure presents bold opinions on the topic of wealth and the life of the samurai. The author often returns to this theme, approaching it from numerous angles. In the Hagakure we read, "It is important to brush characters correctly and neatly, but concentrating on this alone will make your writing appear too rigid and lacking in something. Class is a quality that transcends conventional standards of good form." The 5th theme is age. As with other themes, the author is unafraid to voice strong opinions on age. The trends he sees in the behaviour of the youth of his day, his views on parenting young children, the appropriate age to be successful as a samurai, and even the radical action he himself took in his youth to prepare for his career. The Hagakure says, "Both wise and foolish men accrue enough life experience by the time they are 40 not to be perplexed any longer. After reaching 40, all men know their limitations." The 6th and final theme is service. The Hagakure tells us that service lies at the heart of all that a samurai should aspire to. Reflecting on his own experience as a young samurai, the author remembers receiving letters of thanks from his masters for trifling achievements, such as assisting men with their ritual suicides. It is important, he believes, to commend young warriors for performing their duties well. He also believes it is cowardly for a samurai to be affected by a fear of failure. Despite the fact that one will make mistakes at times, the question should always be, how can I serve to the best of my ability given my shortcomings? He writes, "From my own experience, I can say that becoming your lord's confidant after a decade of bone-breaking toil is indeed achievable. Meek is any man who does not aim to be the most treasured attendant in the domain. A retainer will not be able to serve, however, if he is alienated from his lord. This point is important, but many don't get it. Make him take notice little by little. The book is hand-bound with a fabric from Kyoto in Japan, and it's been printed on two kinds of traditional Japanese washi paper. The thicker Inbei paper supports colour photo printing on both sides. The Unryu paper is much thinner and semi-translucent. It has these mulberry bark fibres running through it. I engaged a Japanese artist to ink the calligraphy for the book, and I'm really happy with the way this paper presents these kanji characters. I love visiting and photographing in Japan, and hopefully this book demonstrates the respect I have for the beautiful country and its wonderful people. The images present my observations on the glorious autumn leaf season in Japan, along with key themes from the Hagakure that are still evident in Japanese life today.